Hi guys. Today I'm going to lead you through a really nourishing restorative yoga practice. As you know, restorative yoga is awesome for kind of speaking to our internal nervous system and helping bring us out of fight or flight mode and into a rest and digest response. So for today's practice, you're going to need a blanket or a towel, something to sit on, and then you're going to need something to act as a bolster. I find that two bed pillows stacked on top of each other typically give a good density or height. While you grab those props or tools, if you also need to hit the pause button and change into something really comfortable, maybe you dim the lights or light a candle, something to help say to your body or send a signal that you are preparing for rest, you're preparing for relaxation. Any of those things can be helpful, especially when practicing restorative yoga in your home environment. When you're ready, you're going to take your blanket and just bring it right behind the sit bones and kind of prop yourself up so that you can feel a little extra length in the spine. Then I want you to close your eyes, start to notice your breath. Without changing or shifting anything, just notice where your breath is right now. Give yourself a little lift through the spine. Maybe roll the shoulders back. And see if you can drop a little deeper into the breath. Aiming to inhale to a count of 4 or 6. Exhale to a count of 6 or 8. As the breath settles in the body, see if you can invite in a feeling of softness through the muscles, the joints, even giving the bones permission to just feel heavier. Let earth take some of the weight. So you soften the jaw and the throat. You feel the chest grow broad, the shoulders relax. Let the hips settle, maybe the thighs sink into the support beneath you. And maybe keeping the eyes closed, you're just going to begin to shift your head left and right, like you're nodding it in a slow no motion. The next time you've got your gaze towards the left, stay right there. Sit up really nice and tall. Deep breath. We're going to stay in this direction towards the left and take it deeper. So you're going to bring your left hand behind your hip, your right hand to that left thigh. Grow really long through the spine, and then see if you can twist just a bit through the upper body. Chin is going to stay parallel to the floor. Start to guide yourself back through neutral. Hands are going to rest in the lap. And you're going to shift your gaze to the right. Eyes can be opened or closed, and just hold there for a few breaths. Depending on how much tension you have in your neck, this may feel like a pretty big sensation along the left side of the neck. But it may feel pretty subtle as well. That's okay. You don't have to force the sensation. And then you take it a bit deeper with that twist. Right hand behind the back, left hand to the right knee. Grow long through the spine and just twist a little bit through the upper body. Make sure that the jaw is nice and soft. Use an inhale to bring yourself all the way back to center. Drop the chin towards the chest and start to just slowly circle the head and the neck. When it feels right, move in the opposite direction. Bring yourself back to center. Go ahead and start to roll the shoulders backwards, one at a time. Almost like you're just swimming the arms. And then you can take them forward. Bring the hands all the way back to the shins. And I want you to draw a deep breath in as you lift up through the sternum. Squeeze the shoulder blades back towards one another and see if you can kind of stitch the belly in just a little bit. On your next natural exhale, grip onto the knees or the shins and curl the back body. Draw the chin towards the chest and breathe. Inhale, draw forward. Exhale, take it back. Just starting to synchronize your breath and your body. And then you'll bring it all the way back to neutral. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together in front of you. We're going to move into our first long hold. Soles of the feet together right in front of you. And you're going to use whatever props you have to come into a forward fold. So I want you to kind of roll that fleshy part away, kind of tuck the thighs back. And then you're going to take your pillows or your bolster, and you might find that you start kind of at an angle here. If your body's feeling a little bit more open, you might lower the pillows or the bolster right in front of you. And remember, you can stack up additional props if you need a little extra height here. If your body is really open, you might find that you prefer this with little to no support from props. So decide which direction you want to go in. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to forward fold into a nice long hold. So as you get into your forward fold, I want you to think about sending the breath right to the hips and to the low back. Imagine or visualize releasing any tension in that part of your body. And we've got plenty of time and plenty of space in these restorative shapes, so don't feel like you have to go to your deepest point of sensation. Let gravity do some of the work for you. Let your body ease into it breath by breath. You might come back to that intention of inhaling 4 to 6, exhaling 6 to 8. Check in to see if you need to soften the muscles of the face, the arms, or the shoulders. And feel free to take little minor adjustments along the way as you feel space. Maybe you check in to see if you can sink in just a little deeper for these last 10 or so breaths. legs. Inhale. Prepare the body for movement. Be nice and easy with it. And when you lift up, just hold there for a breath, eyes closed. And we'll prepare the body to transition. So knees are going to come together. I'm going to position the blanket so that it can rest under my head in a reclined position. I'm going to take the bolster pillows underneath my hips. So you want to take both feet to the mat, and on an inhale, you're just going to lift up with the hips and then slide that bolster all the way underneath until you feel situated. You might adjust the blanket to give it a little roll under the head or the neck for support. And then let the arms come anywhere that would feel good. They can be out in a big T or Y shape. It might feel good to have them rest on the belly or alongside the body. Just kind of play with it for a few breaths. See what feels right. And then give yourself permission to just fully settle. Maybe taking a big clearing breath here. Find that natural rhythm of breath. If your body feels comfortable here, you might see what it's like to extend both legs. There should be no pressure on the low back here though. We want to feel really nice and open through the hips and pelvic area, but we don't want to feel any compression right at the low back. Can you relax a little bit deeper? Can you soften the jaw or the throat? Maybe let the legs feel a little bit heavier. Give yourself a full breath. And if the legs are extended out long, just gently ease them back to the feet flat on the mat. Take your arms alongside the body, palm facing down. And from here, we're just going to tilt a little bit, lift the knees, lift the feet, and then if it feels good, you're going to send the legs all the way up and just start to roll the ankles out. Give yourself a little mini inversion here. You can point and flex the feet. You can roll out the ankles or bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. We'll lift the hips all the way up. Let them roll down. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Let's place the hands on top of the kneecaps and just swirl the knees around a couple times. And we can take a happy baby here. Draw the knees towards the shoulder blades, root down through the hips. And we'll take the feet back together. Moving up to seated, you can either rock yourself up or just roll onto one side. We'll move the blanket aside. And we're going to take the bolster, and I want you to bring your left hip forward towards the bolster. The knees are going to stack a little bit staggered. You can take them a little further away from the bolster for more comfort on the low back. You can also take your blanket or your towel in between the knees for support, whatever feels comfortable. One hand on either side of the bolster, and we're just gonna, almost like we're giving the bolster a big hug, gonna come down, and I want your left cheek to the bolster. Let yourself get situated here, close the eyes, and just settle in. If your body and your head feel comfortable here, you might choose to turn the head in the opposite direction, bringing the left cheek to the the right cheek to the bolster. You're going to gently turn your gaze back. Give yourself a deep breath in and a full breath out. Prepare the body for movement. Bringing the hands back to the floor, lifting up. You'll take a little shift over to the right. So right hip is up to the bolster, one hand on either side. And you're going to square off the shoulders, come forward. This time, right cheek to the bolster to begin. If you're comfortable there and you want to turn your gaze, you can bring the left cheek to the bolster. Keep the breath easy in the body. Don't try to force it, but notice when it feels a little tight or short. Turn your head back to the right. Put a little pressure into your hands and start to lift up. So we're going to move into our resting pose, Shavasana. We're going to take it in a reclined heart opener called Baddha Konasana. So we're going to lie back on this bolster. If you need a little bit of elevation, you're welcome to grab another prop or blanket and tuck it right behind that bolster so that you've got a little elevation. You're going to take your blanket and you're going to unroll it to where it's about this width. And then you're going to re-roll it similar to this. Totally fine if it's longer than this, but you do not want it to be shorter than this. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together, and I'm going to take the blanket right on top of my feet, and then I'm going to tuck it under my knees. If for some reason this does not feel like what your body wants right now, you are welcome to just place the blanket under the knees as you extend the legs. So pick which one feels best to you. Find the position of your bolster, and you're going to want a little bit of space between the tailbone and the bolster itself. You're going to lie back. Let the head completely relax. If this is too intense on your neck, just tuck something right here behind the head to give you a little bit more lift. Let's see if we can turn the palms facing up so that the chest and the heart space are rotated open. Let the eyes close. And I want you to take 3 big clearing breaths right here. Big breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze all the air out of the lungs. Big breath in. One more time. Now let it go. Let go of control over all the breath. Trust its natural rhythm. Let go of all the control you have over the physical body. Feel your body getting heavier, sinking into the support beneath you. Give a little more of the weight of your head to the earth. Soften through the muscles of the face, the throat, the collarbones. Give a little bit of your weight in the shoulders and the arms to the earth. Feel that softness in the rib cage and the belly, just that gentle rise and fall of the breath. Give a little weight from the hips. Sink deeper into the earth. Let the thighs, the shins, the calf muscles grow heavy. And feel the feet, the toes relax. So that you feel a sense of support and softness through the whole body. Front body, back body, upper body, lower body. Completely supported, completely nourished. Draw a deep breath in. Release it out. Start to bring your awareness back to the body. You might wiggle the fingers and the toes. Or roll out the wrist or the ankles. And start to stretch the body a little bit. Bring that sense of aliveness back. When you're ready, you're going to make that transition back up to seated. Let the eyes close. Full awareness on your breath. Thank you guys. Namaste.